Bring your consciousness of the moment to the present task. Don't tell me what you were or tell me what you want to be. Let your present self handle the situation. This is actually tennis. When the ball comes, you hit it the way you are at that moment. There's levels beyond technique, where the technique plays you. It's kind of like the Zen in the art of archery shooting the arrow. The arrow shoots itself and uses you in different methods. When I was practicing this morning, I used 6 different things. They were all right under certain circumstances. Don't prejudge the circumstances and say, I'm going to use this when there was something else to use. And this is the same way in my music. I've been writing since I'm like 14 years old. So I'm writing 60 years. I don't even remember my music. I haven't written, I play it into the computer and things, but I don't remember too many songs in 60 years. Because I play what I feel when I'm there, you see. So if I play old songs, I'm bringing up an old part of the self rather than this, the world is created anew each moment. You are created anew each moment. I have no idea actually what's going to happen. And I bring myself to the task of the reaction to that environmental situation. And that's beautiful, you see. That's one of my song lyrics. I never know what tomorrow brings. I'll never know why I want to sing. You see? And so this immediacy, you can study to raise your level to how to handle a situation. But that's what the beauty of the Talmud is. There's no final analysis. As you read it, you respond to that situation, but the guy next to you is a different level of soul. So how can he respond to that language the same way as you? And these environmental changes depend on what level of soul you are. So how to elevate your level of soul? That's the secret. And one of the ways to elevate the level of soul is to go from Chokmah, from Bina consciousness, which is intellect, into Chokmah consciousness, which is a little more intuitive. And how I suggest to go into that Chokmah consciousness is to use your left hand more. Because the left hand corresponds to the right side of the brain. So the right side of the brain corresponds to the left hand. The left side of the brain corresponds to the right hand. That's why societies want to make you right-handed. Because they keep you in check that way with the good and evil. But there's a level beyond good and evil, the intuition. It's from that Chokmah consciousness. That's where I'm going to call it the hard-on comes from. You don't talk, you can't intellectualize an erection. When I was younger, certain things stimulated me. It's from right side of the brain, the intuitive mind. That intuitive mind happens to have a relationship to the gut, to the gut brain, and below the girdle. And that's where yes it is. And the belly button is. The intuitive mind. And so practice doing things with the left hand. And just remember, the whole secret is not to get right hand or left hand, it's to balance those two hands. You know, Hokma being, and maybe open up Das, the center pillar. You know, the Yad, the right hand, and then the Yad Gadola and Yad Hazaka. The whole point of that is to open up the Yad Rama, the high hand, which could be a Keta. You see? So we'll call it Hokma, Bina, balanced. The shin goes across. Balance, the shin, which looks like a crown. And that crown fits above your head, like the strap of a tefillin, and the shin's on the crown, on the tefillin block, which make a crown. And there's room on the head for two crowns, because there's 3 and a 4. Two shins of the tefillin. And there's a crown. When Hokmah and Bina are in balance. Abba and Ima. Kabed Ava and Ima. In balance. And then it opens. And that's the river. The river come out of Eden to water the garden, and it breaks into 4 heads. To the limbs be the 4 heads, 4 limbs, and it's intuitive, and it comes out and it waters, and the water comes from the letter Mem, which is in the stomach. And this beauty is in the intuitive mind of Hokmah when the right hand, when the left hand opens. I don't want you to do everything left-handed. I want you to have a facility and a balance. And when that balance comes in, then the Sushumna opens. And you just, this is paradise. Heaven on earth. And then you won't ask questions. And you'll still proceed. You'll still examine texts and analyze and see how tomorrow you'll have a different perspective than today. And both are correct because your level changes. And when your level changes, then that's what you're looking for. Basically, what more can I say? You know, bring yourself to the present moment. That's all there has ever been anyway. It's just that you have been in past and future, you know, yes and no, right and wrong, yesterday and today. That's all Bina consciousness. Left brain consciousness, what they teach you in school. But we have to open up the right brain, and that right brain is opened up with the left hand. Facility with the left hand in tennis. Write a little bit, brush your teeth a little bit, drink your liquids a little bit with that. Get a facility with the left. And that's Kabbalah. Because when you catch a ball, you always catch it with the left. You receive. It's the receiving hand. This is the giving hand. Receive. Chokmah consciousness is the real key. Because Chokmah will open up to Keta. Now, what do we have here now? Keta, let me just see this. Chokmah is 73. Keta is 620. That's 693 plus 7 letters. That's 700. That's set. And didn't we talk about this yesterday? Didn't we talk about the consciousness of set, which is me? And so here I am. I'm doing Torah in this thing. Expanding consciousness, and that's why I do this. Did I say, let me see, did I write that down? Sometimes I don't write things down. I did a video yesterday on that, on set. I don't remember if I put it on, because I'm gone. I'm playing piano and singing in the moment. And now, I've done this before with Chokmah and Keta. But that's together, that's set. The 3 and the 4, the Shin and the Tav. 300 and 400. As I said, this world is the Shin, and the next world is the Tav. And that Tav could be the 4-headed Shin that appears on the left side. And strangely enough, that left side with the 4-headed Shin, side with the 4 Shin, could actually apply to the right side, the right influencing the left. And the left, the Bina brain, influencing the right side of the body. So that 4-pronged Shin of consciousness, which looks feminine, so to speak, really comes from the right side of the body. And that's the name Yah. And this right side of the body with the left, and the left side with the right, and that gives the crown of the center. And the Dalet in the back, which is 4. But the balance produces the center flow. And the present moment, the balance of the future and the past presents the present. And that's what there only was anyway. Because I can tell you, each day for me has been the same. I do the same thing, I go out the same, and it's completely different. I bring myself to the one day, and it's completely different. Completely different. Each time I do the same thing. What a beautiful moment I've shared here. Shared with myself. Because there is an astral body. This astral body appears 30 days before everything. In other words, Tu B'Shvat. It's 30 days before Purim. And if you count it, it's the second, it's Purim, forget what it's called. Purim, the second day of Purim, of the walled cities. And that's the 15th. And what's a walled city but a Zadok? And what's Tu B'Shvat? It's the new year for the tree, the Zadok. And this is the transition day between the days of today. As I'm doing this, is a transition day where both months of Shabbat, and Adar. Remember, when Adar enters, joy increases, Simcha increases. And this is a transition day. I had some other thing I wanted to say about the 311 of Shavat. Anyway. In the present moment, I just react. That's why these are spontaneous little speeches.